You ever scroll through your feed and just wonder, is that just a random post, or is there some kind of grand plan behind it? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify social media marketing. We're going way beyond just posting to really understand the strategy that drives the whole thing.
Okay, so to really get our heads around social media strategy, we've got to start with just how huge this world is. I mean, the scale is mind-boggling. These numbers here, from a little while back, they paint a pretty massive picture.
And yeah, what a world it is. Just look at that number. $4.62 billion. That's not dollars, that's people. People using social media. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's more than half of every single person on Earth, all connected in this one giant digital space.
And it's not just that they're there, it's how much of their lives they spend there. 2 hours and 27 minutes. That isn't per week. That's the average amount of time someone spends scrolling, liking, and sharing every single day. That adds up to almost a full 24-hour day every week.
So that brings us to the big question, right? You've got this massive ocean of billions of people, all talking and shouting and sharing for hours on end. How on earth does one single brand, any brand, manage to cut through all that noise and actually get heard?
So, part 1, a world connected. To have any chance of succeeding here, you first have to understand the audience you're trying to reach.
And part 2, the business of social. Okay, so why are brands trying so hard? It's definitely not just for likes. It's about solving some very real business challenges.
You know, social media isn't just a digital billboard anymore. Not even close. It's more like a Swiss Army knife for businesses. They're using it for everything from building actual communities and handling customer service right there in the open, to managing their reputation, making sales, and even doing some super valuable market research.
Let's dig into that first one for a second. Community management. Now, this isn't just about shouting your message at people. Nope, it's the total opposite. It's all about actively building, taking care of, and listening to these online groups that pop up around a brand. It's about starting a conversation, not a lecture.
And here's what that actually looks like out in the wild. On the left, you've got Dove over on Facebook jumping right into the comments, talking to people one-on-one and making that personal connection. And on the right, that's Hootsuite, using Twitter like a public help desk, solving customer problems right out in the open for everyone to see.
A really smart strategy gets that you can't just copy-paste the same thing everywhere. It's not one size fits all, right? Each platform kind of taps into a different human need. You go to Facebook to connect. It's all about, hey, tell me how you feel. Instagram is for looking, for observing. Show me what you're up to. And Twitter, that's the pulse of the planet. Tell me what's happening right this second.
Okay, part 3, your strategic blueprint. We've seen the scale, we've talked about the why. Now let's get into the how.
Yeah, it always comes back to this one big question. How do you take all that chaos, all that overwhelming noise of social media, and turn it into a clear, powerful signal for your brand?
Well, the answer is having a plan, a clear step-by-step process you can actually follow. This 7-step guide right here, this is what separates the brands that succeed from the ones that just make noise. It's a deliberate journey that makes sure every single thing you do has a purpose, from getting your whole team on the same page to setting actual goals and all the way to that last super important part, tracking and always getting better.
And you know, that last step, optimizing, it's absolutely critical. A strategy isn't some document you write once and then stick in a drawer. No way. It's a living, breathing thing. It's a cycle. What you learn from your analytics feeds right back into your strategy, which then changes what you do next. It's this constant loop of learning, adapting, and improving. So, part 4, from plan to phenomenon. What does it look like when a brand just completely nails it?
We're going to take a look at a brand pretty much everyone on Earth knows, Apple.
And their campaign, oh man, it's just a masterclass in keeping things simple but powerful. The whole thing was built around one little hashtag shot on iPhone.
And here's why it was so genius. Apple didn't have to go out and spend a fortune on flashy ads telling everyone how great their camera was. Instead, they just empowered their own users to show everyone. And that right there is the magic of user-generated content. It feels real, you trust it, and it's way more convincing than any polished ad could ever hope to be.
So, did it work? You bet it did.
We're talking over 20 million posts on Instagram alone with that hashtag. This thing went way beyond being just a marketing campaign. It became its own cultural movement, a giant, self-powering promotional machine fueled by nothing but the creativity of Apple's own customers. Incredible.
All right, let's bring it all home. The whole point of this is to give you a new way of looking at things, a new social lens for the digital world you're already scrolling through every single day. If there's one thing you take away from all this, it's this. The difference between just posting stuff and having a real strategy is, well, it's night and day. Posting is random, it's reactive, you don't even know if it's working. But a strategy, that's done on purpose. It's proactive, you can measure it. It really is the difference between shouting into an empty room and actually building a real connection with people.
So I'll leave you with this one last thought. The next time you're scrolling, just killing time on your phone, just pause for a second and ask yourself, are you looking at just another post, or can you now see the strategy humming away just beneath the surface?